Hello everyone, my name is Sage, and welcome to this video everybody. In this video, I'm going to be going over a couple of different ways that you can improve your overall skill in Pixel Gun 3D. Now, I'm not going to be talking about just one type of player in this video. Instead, I'm going to be talking about a bunch of different kinds of players in Pixel Gun 3D and how all of these tips can apply to everyone. The reason I'm going to be doing this is because of the fact that everyone in this game, believe it or not, is mostly actually not a 3-cat spammer. The majority of the people in this game actually play regular. And so the reason I'm going to be making this video that applies to all people is because obviously, like I said guys, most people don't 3-cat, so I am going to have these universal tips that apply for all players. Now if you guys do think that that's a really good idea, let me know down in the comments. I don't want to just start making my videos only for 3-cat spammers. I want to have it like based for every kind of player. That way I can attract new people here. I can apply to more different kinds of viewers. That's really what I'm trying to do here, guys. So if you guys do like that, and if you like that idea overall, let me know down in the comments. That being said, guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you guys a couple different ways to improve your aim in Pixel Gun 3D. I'm going to be showing you guys how to improve your movement. I'm going to be showing you guys how to improve your overall skill in the game with 5 different tips. So if you guys do enjoy this video, I'd very much appreciate if you could leave a like on it and also subscribe to the channel because I do post videos every single day. In fact, I am going to be trying to post 2 videos every single day because I really want to hit that grind in 2020. Anyway guys, let's go ahead and get right into this video. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about in this video, guys, is how you can improve your aim with a really simple thing, and this applies to all kinds of players. So mostly for people who, actually care about improving their aim, not people who spam area damage, because obviously people who use area damage a lot probably won't need this tip because they don't really have to aim at the person, they just have to aim around them. But if you're really trying to improve your aim over on Pixel Gun 3D, a really good thing you can do is head on over to the arena minigame in Pixel Gun 3D where you can fight mobs and stuff like that and rounds go by. The reason that this can actually help you improve your aim is because there's players, or entities rather, that are scattered around the entire map that you're on. So there's all kinds of different levels of height that they are too. Like there's little heads, there's spiders, there's really tall things, there's really big things. It's a really big diversity of different kinds of entities that you have to shoot at. And what that actually does is it makes you able to shoot all different kinds of areas in different sorts of angles. Anything that you need to do to move your screen in the the direction of the actual opponent. It will actually help you improve your aim overall with this because there's so many players coming from around you. If you're used to being able to shoot things from really far away, if you're really used to something that's really close to you, this can actually help you be universal with all of your aim. And the reason I say that is because of the fact that they don't spawn right in front of you, they spawn around the entire map. And like I said, guys, they all have different sizes as well, so you can be used to if someone's camping behind a box or something, if you get used to shooting the little spiders on this thing, it's obviously a really small target. So if someone's camping behind something, you can only see your head. If you normally struggle a lot with being able to actually hit them, a really good thing that you can do is to get used to actually hitting those spiders. That way you're able to hit their head because both are really small targets, and that's just something that you can do in order to get out of situations where you can barely hit the person. Playing on this map, guys, gets you used to being able to hit all sorts of types of shots, whether they're big, small targets, hard to hit, hard to see, whatever, guys. Playing on this area, on this arena thing, will definitely help to improve your overall aim in the game. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about is your movement, but before we do that, guys, I'm going to show you guys some melees that you can use. So you can use the chainsaw, what else? You could use the good and evil. Just basically any melee that has 85 mobility. Any of them that has a level, an 85 mobility makes it so you can move really fast. So let me just show you guys some basic strafe things. Obviously, when you're strafing, you're basically just moving side to side instead of rocket jumping to avoid a shot. If you actually want to become really skilled at the game, instead of spamming rocket jump, you can actually learn how to do these actual movements, these strafe patterns. And in fact, you don't even have to do it as a pattern wise, you can do it completely random. But strafing is just moving side to side in a way that'll help it so that you can dodge shots easier, because obviously if you're standing still, or if you're just moving in a straight line to one direction and a straight line in the other direction, if you're just doing that over and over again, your movements are going to become very predictable. So one thing you're going to really want to do is learn how to do movements in a way that is unpredictable. You don't want to do this right here here where you're just kind of like zigzagging like side to side, because that makes it so you're easily to hit, because you're basically just standing still. And another thing you really want to do whenever you're like practicing your movement is be sure that you're able to 3-cat spam while you're actually practicing it, because if you're not able to do 3-cat spam while you're moving, you're gonna have a hard time doing the movement in general. But being able to have good movement definitely helps with your overall skill, because of the fact that you actually will be able to dodge the bullets easier. The main way I would practice doing this is just by going on a team fight and moving side to side, try to learn some patterns and just try and be unpredictable. So kind of similar to what I was talking about, like for the first thing I was talking about, where if you go on arena, you can help improve your aim. Another way you can actually do this is by going on to like this map here, especially this map on, this is the Team Strike game mode. If you were to go on this cargo ship maps, there's a whole bunch of different forms of cover that people can use. So like whenever you're behind something, you can sort of like learn different ways that people like to move. You can study different types of players, and that's what I've been able to do like over the past couple months I've been playing like with 3-cat spam. Whenever you like are playing, especially on Team Strike, people like to hide behind different sorts of like, you know, craters, or not crates rather. People like to hide behind crates, people like to rocket jump, people like to move side to side in certain ways, and you can actually study all that to make it so that you actually can predict what the people are going to be doing. And if you can predict what they do, it's going to be a lot easier for you to hit them, because you already know what they're going to do. So whenever you're like whenever you're playing on Team Strike, I would definitely choose this map because of how much cover it has. There's a couple other maps that do have a lot of cover, but this one probably has the best out of all of them, because of the fact that they have so many crates everywhere. It makes it really easy for people to have like, you know, a really good spot to hide behind, and that makes it like a lot easier for you to memorize certain ways that people move, certain ways that people hide. It helps you a lot, especially in duels. If someone's hiding, you can kind of like, you know, figure out like a basic sort of thing that people like to do. It won't exactly help you with the exact position that they're hiding in, but you can sort of have their mindset on a way that they're trying to hide, and it just helps with your overall like skill in the game, because you will be able to predict what they're doing. You'll be able to know what they're going to do next. You can predict exactly what they're going to be like, you know, going through their mind. They're like, okay, if that person is there, so I'm gonna try and shoot here, and maybe that'll hit them because that's where they're going. So believe it or not, most of your skill within Pixel Gun 3D does actually rely mostly on your aim. Around 80% of overall skill in Pixel Gun 3D is literally just your aim. The rest of it is movement, you know, being able to dodge, stuff like that. But your aim is extremely important, and obviously you have to have these like certain settings in order to have good aim. So people who like to rocket jump have their aim like sensitivity way up here at like 71ish or even higher, and people who don't rocket jump at all usually have their settings way lower. For me personally, I have been training people over the past couple weeks, and I've been training around like 15 to 20 people per week-ish, and all of them I am trying to teach them how to do zero sensitivity. And the reason I try and teach them how to do zero sensitivity is because the fact that it's probably the best sensitivity in the game. The reason for that is whenever you're like fighting someone, sometimes you move your screen or you like crosshair the certain way a little bit too far, but not on purpose. If you turn your sensitivity down, you can move that same amount of direction on your screen, but it'll move slower, and chances are it'll land directly on them. Using zero sensitivity is really good for maps that have really far away stuff, and along with it having zero sensitivity, it's also really good to have all of your buttons at the max like size that they can be. As you guys can see here, all of my buttons are at the highest size they can be. I definitely recommend having the second shoot button on. That's really good, and just overall having a lower sensitivity definitely helps with aim. So this last one I'm going to be talking about, guys, really applies to every single player in Pixel Gun 3D. So what I'm going to be talking about, it's a little bit hard to explain, but you really have to be mindful of the like the actual playstyle that you're using. If you're doing something that doesn't seem to be working, like as you guys can see here, I chose this example because the guy kept doing the same thing over and over again. If you're doing something that isn't working to get a kill in the game, why would you keep doing it? You really have to think. You have to sort of find that playstyle that actually works for you. As you guys can tell, this guy kept using this one gun to try and hit me over and over again, but it's so easy to counter, but yet he keeps on doing it. Something I would definitely recommend for all players: really look at how you play, really look at your strategies, really look at how well you're able to attack and hit the other opponent. If it doesn't seem to be working for you, it's probably a good idea to change your entire playstyle, because if it's not working, it's never going to work. People are always evolving, people are always getting better at the game, and if it's not doing good now, it won't do that good in the future either. What your playstyle mainly depends on is how like your screen is sized. If you have a really big device, it's usually a lot easier to 3-cat spam, but if you have a really small device, usually it's a little bit harder. For me, I have a really wide device, so it's extremely hard for me to play 3-cat spam, but it's still really easy to learn, obviously. So I definitely recommend looking at your playstyle to see how well it functions for you. That is going to be the end of my list, guys. Hopefully you guys did find it useful or enjoyable. If you guys did, like I said before, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys all so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys all later. Hey, do you have Discord? If so, you should definitely join the official Rebirth Discord. The link to it is down in the description. As of right now, we have nearly 2,000 members who are constantly looking for people to play with in the Pixel Gun 3D community. When you join, you can have easy communication with me and everyone else, and it's definitely a really good place to socialize. You know, there's always people who are looking for people to play with, there's always a bunch of good vibes going on, and yeah, this is definitely a good place for you if you have Discord, so what are you waiting for, man? Go join it.